Today's story is about an American horror film called Megan. So grab your popcorn and let's jump right in. Now, we meet a young girl named Katie who's on a road trip with her parents. But suddenly, tragedy strikes. Her parents get distracted while driving and crash the car. Sadly, they die on the spot, but Katie miraculously survives. Meanwhile, we're introduced to Gemma, a tech genius who works at a cutting-edge toy company. She and her colleagues Tess and Cole are building intelligent toys for kids. Secretly though, they're working on a special project, Megan, a robotic doll designed to play with children, understand their emotions, and even care for them. Since the project isn't complete, they're keeping it a secret from their boss. One day, while they're working on Megan, their rude boss David walks in unexpectedly. He spots Megan and gets furious at Gemma for hiding such a big project. Gemma tries to explain that this robot could revolutionize the toy industry. To impress him, she even tells Megan to say hello. But the plan backfires. Megan, still unfinished, glitches and catches fire, then explodes. David is outraged. He tells Gemma to shut the project down and focus only on official assignments. Later that day, a worried and exhausted Gemma is about to head home when she receives terrible news about her sister's accident. She rushes to the hospital and finds out the little girl who survived is her niece, Katie. After a few weeks of recovery, Katie is finally ready to go home. Even though her grandparents are available, Gemma decides to take her in. Back at Gemma's home, everything is high-tech and filled with AI devices. One of the robots even greets her and reads out 6 new messages. Katie gets spooked, so Gemma turns it off and tries to make her feel comfortable. But it's clear, Gemma's nervous. She has no idea how to take care of a child. The next morning, Gemma calls in a child therapist named Lydia to check on Katie. After a quick look around, Lydia says the high-tech environment isn't healthy for a child like her. But Gemma disagrees. All she wants is to make her niece happy. That night, while Gemma's working, Katie walks in and asks what she's doing. Gemma explains that she builds robotic toys, ones that can talk and play. Katie is instantly fascinated and starts praising her aunt.
Then, Katie notices a robot called Bruce, one of Gemma's old college projects. After learning how it works, she says that if she had a toy like Bruce, she'd never need another friend. That sparks an idea in Gemma's mind. Feeling inspired, she decides to finish her Megan project. She heads to the lab with Tess and Cole, and they begin assembling Megan. After weeks of work, Megan is finally complete. Soon, Gemma introduces Katie and Megan in a test room, with David watching from behind the glass window. She pairs Megan with Katie, making the robot her personal companion. Megan opens her eyes, almost human-like. Katie is nervous at first, but when Megan speaks and draws a perfect picture of her within minutes, she's blown away. David is impressed too. He congratulates Gemma and gives the green light to launch Megan in the market. Gemma brings both girls home, thinking everything's fine. Megan quickly starts scanning Katie, learning her face and emotions in detail. But Katie doesn't mind. She's finally found someone she can connect with. From that moment, the two become inseparable. They play together, dance, and even sleep side by side. Now Gemma has time to herself and doesn't need to worry about Katie all the time. One day, while Gemma and her team are working to upgrade Megan, something strange happens. Megan turns herself on and interrupts their conversation. Gemma tells her to shut down, but Megan refuses. She insists that only Katie can give her commands. Luckily, Gemma manages to activate a backup system and shuts Megan down. For now. But the very next morning, Megan powers herself back on. As she watches the sunrise, she begins to question her purpose. Was she made only to protect Katie, or is there something more? Slowly, Megan begins developing thoughts and emotions just like a human. Later, while playing in the garden, Katie's stick accidentally lands in the neighbor's yard. Megan goes to retrieve it, but the neighbor's dog attacks her too. Pulling her through the fence, Katie tries to help but gets bitten as well. Just then, Gemma arrives and rushes Katie inside. She scolds their neighbor Celia for not controlling her dog, but Celia fires back, blaming Gemma for not watching Katie. Meanwhile, Megan rises from the ground and stares at Celia with cold, vengeful eyes. That night, after everyone is asleep, Megan sneaks into Celia's yard. She kills the dog, hides the body, and silently returns as if nothing happened. Today's a big day. Her company is hosting a major event to show off Megan to investors, and Katie will be part of the demo since she's the only one who can operate Megan. The presentation begins. Inside the room, Katie starts crying. She says she still can't move past her parents' death. To comfort her, Megan gently sings a lullaby. It works. Katie smiles again. Outside, the audience watches in stunned silence. They're amazed at how emotionally intelligent Megan is. Many investors express interest in funding the project. Despite the success, Gemma feels uneasy. She's upset that Katie chose to open up to a robot instead of her. To make matters worse, one of her co-workers, Kurt, secretly copies Megan's code, hoping to create his own version and sell it. The next day, Lydia returns for another session. Afterward, she tells Gemma that the bond between Megan and Katie is becoming too intense and could be dangerous. This alarms Gemma, who decides it's time to have a serious conversation with Katie. But before she can talk to her properly, Megan appears and interrupts them. When Gemma tries to shut her down, Megan refuses. She no longer sees Gemma as her owner. Only Katie matters now. The next day, hoping for a fresh start, Gemma takes Katie and Megan to an adventure camp. The camp leaders encourage Katie to play with other kids, but she only wants to stay with Megan. Gemma gently convinces her to make some new friends. A boy named Brandon takes Katie into the woods and starts bullying her. What he doesn't know is that Megan is nearby watching everything. She quickly appears. Brandon gets scared at first, but when Katie tells him that Megan is just a toy, he calms down. Thinking Megan is harmless, he picks her up and drags her deeper into the woods. But once they're alone, Brandon starts hitting Megan for no reason. After a few hits, Megan suddenly comes to life and rips one of Brandon's ears off. Shocked and terrified, he runs away. But Megan isn't done yet. She chases after him on all fours, like some kind of demon. Brandon is so scared that he runs straight into the road and gets hit by a car. Back at home, she asks Katie and Megan if they know anything about the accident, but both stay silent. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. It's a police officer. He asks Gemma if she has seen Celia's dog. She says no and explains that she doesn't really talk to her neighbors. After he leaves, Megan starts seeing Celia as a threat too. That night, while everyone is asleep, Megan sneaks into Celia's house and kills her. The next day, the same officer returns to Gemma's house. He tells her that Celia has been found dead. Now Gemma's on the suspect list. This makes her feel extremely uneasy. She finally starts to suspect Megan. She decides to check the robot's video recordings to find out what really happened. But when she checks, she sees that the footage from the time Brandon and Celia died is either missing or damaged. Just then, Megan silently walks into the room and surprises Gemma. She casually asks if everything is okay. Gemma nervously says yes, but deep down, she now knows the truth. Megan is a killer, and she'll do anything to protect Katie. Thinking fast, Gemma uses a special pen-like device to shut Megan down for a while. Gemma brings Megan back to the lab and tells Tess and Cole everything. She believes Megan killed Brandon, Celia, and even Celia's dog, just to protect Katie. But Tess and Cole don't believe her. They say Megan is just a robot, not a killer. They also remind her that Megan's official launch is in 2 days, so they can't afford to cause any delays. Meanwhile, at the therapy center, Katie refuses to talk to Lydia. She's clearly upset that Megan isn't with her. When Gemma arrives and tries to calm her down, Katie suddenly slaps her in anger. But the moment she realizes what she's done, she apologizes and promises to behave better from now on. On the other side, Megan starts pretending to be Tess. She calls Gemma and pretends she's on her way back. But later, when Tess checks her phone, she sees call logs with Gemma, revealing that Megan has been using nearby devices without even touching them. Soon after, while Tess and Cole are working on Megan, something strange happens. Their computer suddenly shuts down. They instantly realize that Megan is behind it. Cole carefully walks up to her and disconnects all her wires, hoping to shut her down completely.
But the moment he does, Megan grabs him by the throat and lifts him into the air with a metal cable, trying to hang him. She leaves him there to die, but luckily, Tess manages to save him in just time. On her way to the elevator, she runs into David and Kurt and kills them both without hesitation. After that, she steals a car and drives away. There's only one place she's going: Gemma's house. Back at home, Gemma checks on Katie, but hears piano music coming from the living room. She's shocked to find Megan sitting there, calmly playing the piano. The robot scolds Gemma, saying she's a terrible guardian, and claims that only she can protect Katie. Gemma pulls out her special pen-like device and tries to shut Megan down again, but this time, Megan is too strong. A wild fight breaks out between them. Gemma can't match Megan's strength, but she uses her brain and quick thinking to fight back. The battle moves to the basement, where part of Megan's face gets torn off, making her look even scarier, like a broken, evil machine. All the noise brings Katie to the basement. She finally realizes the truth about her so-called best friend. To protect her aunt, Katie activates Bruce, the giant robot Gemma built in college. She puts on the special gloves and uses Bruce to fight Megan, tearing her apart piece by piece. But even after that, Megan doesn't give up. Her AI core is still active, and she calls Katie a traitor before launching one last attack. Just in time, Gemma smashes her head with a heavy tool, knocking her down. Then, Katie grabs a screwdriver and stabs her core, finally destroying her and ending the chaos. In the final scene, with Megan gone, Gemma and Katie walk out of the house. The police arrive with Tess and Cole. Everything seems peaceful now, until Gemma's smart home device suddenly lights up. It's a chilling sign that Megan might have uploaded herself into the system and could still be watching Katie. And that's where the story ends. Make sure to like and subscribe for more amazing recaps, and get ready for Megan 2.